What is up, guys? In honor of the Daredevil hero finally being announced for Marvel Champions, today we are playing the custom Daredevil hero, and we'll be taking on Iron Man here on Expert Mode. I will put the link in the description of where you guys can find this Daredevil hero in the custom cards for this. But we have a super duper thematic protection deck right here with Unflappable for Daredevil. We have Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and the Night Nurse and an armor vest right here. So yeah, a bunch of thematic cards here that's really going to team up well with Daredevil. And I played this custom here before on the channel, playing with the Precon deck, the Justice Precon in the core set. And I also played a custom made Justice deck voted on by the channel members. But this time I really want to try out a protection deck here for him because I think that his kit works really well with protection cards. So we have, these thematic cards here. We don't have any other web wars other than Peter Parker. His effect's not going to be that good here because you have the Web Warriors, but he's very thematic, so I wanted to add him in here. So we have these cards right here, and we also have a defense conditioning to increase that defense even further, in addition with the armor vest. We have 3 copies of Hard to Ignore for that perfect defense engine with Unflappable. We have 3 copies of Desperate Defense. We have Joe Costa to grab the Desperate Defense. We have 3 copies of Ready for a Fight because we want to flip down a lot here with Daredevil and being Alter Ego to use our Alter Ego shenanigans. With the hidden base here, an awesome Alter Ego response card. Dr. Sinclair, another Alter Ego action, 2 copies of Practice Plan, Helicare, and then the 3 basic doubles. And that is our protection deck breakdown here for Daredevil. And if you guys do not know this custom Daredevil, he is really cool. He has Foggy Nelson as an Alter Ego action right here that we want to utilize a lot. And we also have the Blind Justice, one of my favorite cards here in the kit. Alter Ego Interrupt when enemy activation will place an amount of threat. We can prevent 5 of that threat. Combine that with Ready for a Fight, we can choose what we want to do. And then we also have Sonar Sense, which gives Daredevil +2 defense, but then it's not a permanent upgrade because it's a 4 response. After you defend, you have this card, and you can draw a card. So that's going to team really well with the perfect defense engine here. And yeah, that is our deck breakdown here. Let's shuffle this up and get the Iron Man scenario set up here. So we are taking on Iron Man on Expert Mode. And I do want to give a huge shout out to Scott Gwine, one of my channel members, who gave me this awesome idea to play Daredevil again because he is being announced in Marvel Champions, and he gave me the thematic idea to take on Iron Man here because Iron Man, he is with the Team Registration, and Daredevil was Team Resistance here. So yeah, let's go ahead and get Iron Man set up here. So for the modules, we have the recommended modules here for Iron Man, and then in the competitive mode, or the co-op mode, I mean, we find the chosen leader side scheme and we reveal it. So we already have the Stark Tower right here, which is Iron Man side scheme. Whenever it's defeated, we search the encounter and discover power for any Iron Man attachment, and your team reviews it. And then there is a hazard icon on there with 3 per player threat. So let's get that set up. And then for a setup here for Tony Stark Iron Man, it says that the enemy team searches the encounter deck for an Iron Man attachment, and your team reviews it. So that's usually for PvP. But in co-op mode, we have the Grim Rule and find the worst attachment. Since we are using a perfect defense deck right here, I think that giving Iron Man an attachment that gives him +1 attack, like the Power Gaunts, is going to be pretty brutal because now he has a 3 base attack plus the boost card. His attacks will also gain range with the Power Gauntlets. If we want to get rid of it, we have to make a basic attack against Iron Man and then spend a energy and physical resource to discard that card. So I think that would be the worst one for us since we want to just get built out here first. If we're playing like a rush build, probably the Mark 5 armor would be the worst. But I think for this type of build with Daredevil, I think that's going to be the Grim Rule there with the Power Gauntlets. Let's advance the main scheme to stage 1B here. And it comes in, it's going to advance to 7 per player threat. If there's more than 1 player on a team, it has Hinder 2. We're the only player, so don't have to worry about that. Force Interrupt, whenever a player reviews a treachery, we have to place 1 threat on here, limit once per phase per player. So at most, it's just going to be 1 extra threat per turn. If we get a treachery there, we have to put that additional threat. So we probably don't want that to happen. And then I think we're basically all shuffled up here. Actually, let's shuffle up some more and go over Daredevil's hero ability here. So he's a defender, Hell's Kitchen. Radar Sense is Interrupt. When the villain initiates an attack against you, look at the first boost card for the attack, and you may discard it and give the villain a new boost card. That's pretty thematic here to Daredevil. So we can kind of like, sense a little bit of what's going on. And then for his Alter Ego ability right here, Lie Detection as Interrupt. When the villain initiates a scheme activation, you can draw a card. So just like Spider-Man Spider Sense, but for schemes. So that's going to be pretty cool here as well. Okay, so let's shuffle this up, and then I think we're good here for the player deck. We're also going to add in the custom obligation here for Daredevil. You may flip to alter ego form and choose to exhaust to remove, or you're confused and this card gains Surge. Discard the obligation. Our Nemesis minion is Bullseye right here, so we're going to set these guys aside for now, and then we'll see if he comes out. We also have the mod with the Bullseye minion here, so let's see if I can find him. It's the Dangerous Recruits modular set here. So we want to try to get one of the bullseyes out. Yeah, this bullseye right here, which is the official bullseye minion right here. The other one that we looked at right here is unofficial, created as a part of the Nemesis set here for this custom Daredevil. But yeah, hopefully one of these bullseyes will come out here because that's gonna be pretty fun and thematic. So let's shuffle up the encounter deck here, and then we have Expert 1, Standard 1 also shuffled into the encounter deck here for Iron Man. A great test build in here for this custom Daredevil with this custom protection deck right here that I built. So let's shuffle this up. And I think we're basically good to go. Oh yeah, Iron Man also gets +1 scheme for each tech attachment on him, up to a max of +3 schemes. So if he builds out all those tech attachments, he'll have additional scheme or additional scheme stats with that. So all right, I think we're all shuffled up. Let's go ahead and do our mulligans now. We're gonna draw up to a hand size of 6 in alter ego with Daredevil. We have 3 recovery, 6 hand size, and 10 hit points. In hero form, we have a 5 hand size. So let's draw up here and see what we can get. Ooh, we got the Helicarrier on turn 1. So I want to try to get a double so I can play it. And we are right up here as Matt Murdock. All right, so I want to hold on to this. Ooh, I like the hard to ignore. Really want to get a double. We have Blindside here. It's a 0 cost event. As a response, it's an attack as well. After we defend, we can do 1 damage to attack enemy up to a max of 5 for each damage prevented by the defense. So we defend with a high defense that we can do a lot of damage back. I think we mulligan 4 here, and we just draw 4 more. Digging for a double. We have 40 cards in this deck, so 1, 2, 3. Ah, no double. Ooh, I shouldn't mulligan. Now I have a lot of cards I want to play. So we could go Helicarrier into a card that I want. Is it gonna be... Ooh, but I want to get rid of that as well. Oh man, okay. I think we go Helicarrier. And then I think we play maybe the Armored Vest here with the Helicarrier. And then I think we just stay in Alter Ego and hope that we can get something to cancel the scheme activation. I feel like that's the play here. Or do I want to play Inflammable? That's pretty thematic. And then we go for Inflammable, guys, because, you know, we want the theme here to get the Daredevil card on the table. So, okay, we're going to do 3 resources right here so I can play the Helicarrier. It's 3 cost support. We can exhaust it and reduce the cost of the next card that we play by 1. Let's go ahead and do that now that we played it. So now Inflammable is free to play. Let's play this card for free. And then as Inflammable here, after you defend against an attack and take no damage, we can exhaust it and then draw a card. All right, and that's going to end our turn. We're just going to stay down here in Alter Ego. I feel like that's the play. Yeah, because we may draw into it. Let's ready everything up. Hold on to Arm Rest, drop it up to 6. Because hopefully we can draw into that Blind Justice card here. And come on, come on, come on. Ah, no, we didn't get it, but we did get the Night Nurse to pair with Matt Murdock. Okay, so we're just going to have to take this scheme. Okay, it's Iron Man's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main. He's scheming here with a base of 1 plus a boost of +1 with his ability here because there's 1 tech attachment. So base of 2. Interrupt when a villain initiates a scheme activation. Draw a card. Blind Justice. Come on. No. Okay, it wasn't Blind Justice. So he's scheming with a base of 2. Here's a boost. 1. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. So he's scheming for just 3. So the main goes from 1 up to 4 here. All right. Then he's gonna deal us 2 encounter cards because it has icon. So hopefully we don't get in advance here. So 2 encounter cards. And we're going to review each one during the revealing step. First one is Venom. One of you, Venom attacks your leader. Otherwise, he activates against you. So we don't have a leader because that's for PvP. So he's just going to activate. He's going to scheme with 1. So man goes from 4 up to 5 threat here. And he's scheming because we're in Alter Ego. So that's his activation. If this hits 7, we lose. If we get a Treachery, it's going to add another 1. So let's see what it is. Not a Treachery. Okay, so don't have to do that. Let me see. The enemy team attaches this to a minion or their leader. So with the Grim Rule, what's it worse on? The attached enemy gains star when it would take an amount of damage, prevent the damage in its card instead. Is this worse? I think this is worse on Venom. Because right now, we're not ready to kill Iron Man anyways, right? So I feel like giving this to Venom. If we get to Iron Man, we don't have to worry about it, right? We just leave it there. But if we give it to Venom, I mean, he's going to be a minion that we want to get rid of immediately. So I think that the Grim Rule is to give this card to Venom here. And we have to Grim Rule it here because we're doing co-op. So yeah, we'll attach to Venom now. He now has star. Whenever he would take damage from an attack, we prevent it and discard the card instead. All right, and then that's it. Yeah, the interrupt here, we only draw a card if the villain initiates a scheme, not Venom. So yeah, okay, back over to our turn. All right, that wasn't bad. We were able to survive there because we didn't get a scheme activation, which I'm happy that we didn't get. We should be able to play our whole hand here, but we're gonna lose these desperate defenses, unfortunately. We lose both of them. Oh man. Foggy Nelson removes a threat from a scheme. It removes the last threat, we can draw a card. He can't remove the last threat, can he? Yeah, because fortunately this stays at 5 here, but I have to thwart that out. Do I want to flip up here? Oh, I feel like I gotta flip. Okay, alright, let's do I kind of want to stay down. Okay, let's exhaust Helicarrier. It's going to reduce the cost of next round by 1. So I can go ahead and play Foggy Nelson here. 1 cost support. As an alter ego action, we are an alter ego. Let's exhaust him. We can remove 1 threat from a scheme. If it removes the last threat, we can draw a card. It's not going to take off the last threat, but let's take 1 off of... Do we do it here? Because if this pops, it's going to be pretty bad as well. We're going to get double encounter if I don't clear that, though. Let's take 1 off of here. I think we might just let the main pop here. Yeah, we'll take 1 third off of there. Okay. I wish I put more allies in here. We use the double resource here to play hidden base. 2 cost support comes in with 3 stronghold counters. As an RT response, after you change forms with the end in RT Ego, we can exhaust this card and then remove a counter to give yourself a tough stats card. So we won't be able to use that here, but I think it's going to be useful just to get in play. So let's get that on the table here. And then we have the exhaust, so let's put an exhaust here to use the ability token, I mean. And then I think we just toss all these desperate defense, unfortunately. I still have 1 more desperate defense left in the deck. So if I draw that, it's not like all hope is lost yet, right? But now I feel like I'm gonna draw into the blind justice. So like, I don't know. Let's go ahead and use a resource here, and we're gonna play the armored vest as a 1 cost upgrade. You get +1 defense. And then we're just gonna, yeah, let's flip up here to hero form. So now we got 3 defense here at least. And then we're gonna use a resource here to play the Night Nurse. So 1 cost support comes with 3 meg counters. As a action, we exhaust it, remove a meg counter, and a heal damage from hero, and discard a stats card from it. So that's gonna be helpful here as well. We got really well built out, but I don't know if we can really do anything here, and hope we don't die. Okay, let's go ahead and thwart for 2 and kill this hazard, I think. So whenever we clear it, with a search, the encounter deck discard pop for an Iron Man attachment, and your team reviews. The enemy team does that. So for classic, co-op mode with the Grim Bullet again, oh man, we're gonna have to grab the other one that gives him plus attack, which I really don't want to give him, but we have to do it. So the rocket boots here. So now he's gonna get another +1 attack and the aerial trait. That's not good. And we shuffle this up. But at least no more double encounter cards here. I feel like this is going to pop. If we get treachery, this will pop here. So we just got to hope we don't get treachery again. Maybe we can get the bullseye minion. That would be pretty interesting. All right. We're all shuffled up. Let's draw back up to our hand sets here of 5. And let's see what we can get. All right. We get a desperate defense. No, we didn't get a desperate defense here. Blind sight could be useful-ish. Not really. Okay. All right, it is Iron Man's turn. He's going to add 1 to the man. Goes to 6 out of 7, so it's about to advance on us. He's going to attack us. Okay, as intro, whenever they initiate and attack the villain, we can look at the first boost card for attack. You may discard and give the villain a new boost. So am I going to defend here? I don't think I do, right? Because 1, 2, 3. We can defend Venom's attack and trigger Unflappable. So yeah, we take Iron Man's attack to the face. So this would be his first boost. So when he initiates the attack, we can look at that boost, and you can discard and give him a new boost. The boost is to deal 1 damage to your identity. I think that's fine. So we keep that boost. Now we let the attack go through. Boost effects do 1 damage to your identity. So we take a damage, drop from 10 down to 9. Then he's going to do 4 damage to us. That brings us from 9 all the way down to 5. Next, Venom's going to activate against us, so he's going to hit us here for 3. We're going to exhaust and defend for 2, plus the 1 from our armor vest, so we're defending for 3. So we take no damage from Venom's attack, even though his attacks have piercing. Now we're going to play a blind sight here. So response attack, after you defend an attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy, up to a max of 5 for each damage prevented by the defense. We prevent 3 damage. We're going to attack Venom with that. This isn't attack because it has an attack word right there. And when attached character will take an amount of damage from an attack, prevent the damage in its card. So we actually do no damage here to Venom, unfortunately. But we also didn't take any damage. Now we can trigger Inflammable here. After you defend against an attack and take no damage, exhaust this card and then draw a card. We got an ally, Electra. Alright, now we move on to the encounter set. We get dealt 1 face down encounter card. Please don't be a treachery. No, with the treachery. Okay, so force interrupt whenever you reveal treachery, place a threat on here. That hits 7, so this is going to advance here, unfortunately. So going to main scheme stage 2A, and then no one review there. But right here, reduce the target threat value of the scheme by 1 for each face down card underneath it. Force response after an ally is defeated by enemy attack, puts the ally face down here. So each time we chump block, we lose the ally, and the threat here goes down by 1. So this hits 9, we lose the game. Thematic here, we got Daredevil in the art, so that's pretty cool. Okay, what's the one review here? Place 2 threat on each scheme. If Marijo is in play, this card gains surge. No Marijo, so just 2 threat here. And okay, we can't let that hit 9. Okay, it's backwards to our turn. I think we can flip here because we got it ready for the fight, and we're probably drawn to a blind justice. Let's go ahead and I think we have to get down Electra. It's a printed mental, you are confused. That's fine. But Niners. Helicarrier is going to exhaust or reduce the cost. So next I'll play by 1, so Electra's 2 costs. This would be a double resource here, so I can play Electra. She gets +1 thwart while your identity is confused as a force response after she enters play. So we have to do it, draw a card. If it's a printed mental, you're confused. We're not confused here. So Electra just comes into play there. Alright, so we got Electra. And then if I can't play Luke Cage. I need to get the ready for a fight, unfortunately. So I had to lose the defensive conditioning. That's another key card for us, though. Maybe what else can I do here? I mean, if I don't draw into a blind just and allow the scheme, we basically lose. So I have to play the ready for fight, which is the requirement to physical. So I lose that. I'm gonna play a practice plan, I think. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to get a. Oh, we might be able to draw something here with Foggy. So Electra's gonna exhaust and throw for 1 for the main, drop it down to 1 threat, and then she'll take a consequential damage. Then I'm going to flip down to Alter Ego. And then we are going to use Foggy Nose as an alter action, exhaust him, remove a threat from a scheme. If it takes out the last threat, which it did, we can draw a card. So we drew into, hard to ignore. I like this as well. It's a physical. I think we use this though. We have 1 more hard to ignore in the deck. So we use a physical resource right here, which is a requirement. So we can play ready for fight. It's a 1 cost upgrade. The requirement is a physical to play this card. And when enemy would scheme, we discard this card, change the hero form, and enemy will attack us instead. So if we don't draw a blind justice, then we trade the ready for fight. Then let's go ahead and use, I forgot. Sorry guys. When we immediately flip down to RTU, we're going to use a hidden base here. After you change form as RTU response, exhaust the card and remove a stronghold counter to give yourself a tough card. I completely forgot about that, guys. I need to do that. I need to get that tough there. All right, then we still play the ready for fight as normal. And we're going to go ahead and use 2 resources here to play defense conditioning. 2 cost upgrade, we get +3 hit points and +1 defense. So now we have +2 defense and we get an extra +3 hit points. So we go 5 up to 8. And our max life is 13 here. All right, I think that worked out there. Let's go ahead and enter turn. We're going to ready back up. So we can ready for a fight so we don't lose the scheme. But we can also hopefully blind justice and we can draw it. So drawing back up to your hands is here 6. Come on, blind justice. Blind justice. There we go, blind justice. Okay, all right, we got the blind justice, guys. Okay, so this is going to be able to prevent a lot of threat here. So Iron Man is going to do his turn. He's going to add 1 to the main. He's going to scheme here with a base of 1, 2, 3 because of his ability. Here's his boost card. Interrupt when an enemy initiates a scheme. We can draw a card. Let's draw a card here. All right, so he's scheming. This is the boost. Place 1 threat on the main scheme. So this goes up by 1. And he's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. So we're going to blind justice that. Let's use a resource. Let's use a resource here. So I can play a blind justice. So 1 cost event. As an alter ego interrupt, we are an alter ego. When enemy activation would place any amount of threat on the scheme, prevent 5 of it, so we prevent all that threat that Iron Man would scheme. Then Venom's going to activate. He's going to scheme for 1. This goes up to 3 threat, and we can dealt 1 face down counter card. We reveal it. It is Supersonic Punch. Iron Man schemes if he has a tech attachment, you are confused. He does have tech attachment, so we get immediately confused. And he's going to scheme here. All right, guys. We're going to ready for a fight this. Yeah, so let's trigger the ready for a fight. So when enemy would scheme, we discard this. Well, actually, scheme with the base of 3. First, wait, no, we don't have the treachery response anymore. If we reveal treachery, we don't have that threat on main anymore on this main scheme stage 2B. Scheme with the base of 3. If he gets a boost of 3, we lose because yeah, we have the trigger ready for fight. So when enemy would scheme, wait a minute. These are both interrupts. So Iron Man schemes. If it has attack attachment, you're confused. We can trigger which one to activate first. So we actually trigger lie detection first. When an enemy initiates a scheme, we can draw a card. Then it says here, when an enemy would scheme, this card ready for fight change hero form that enemy attacks you instead. Is this the same time window? When enemy would scheme. When the enemy initiates a scheme. Yeah, he's initiating the scheme for both, I believe. So we can trigger this first, draw the card, then trigger this. This card and flip up to hero form. Okay, that's pretty cool. And now Iron Man is going to attack us. We are still confused though, but we're now taking an attack from him. And we got a tough status card. And the attack is not piercing because he's triggering this one where he confused us and he is attacking us without piercing. So do I want to defend though? If I defend, can I take out Venom still? What would defending do? We could blind sight for each damage prevented by the defense. And we have, yeah, let's actually defend. We're going to exhaust here and defend for 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the boost. Doesn't matter what it is. It was 0. Oh, snap. Okay. So we prevented all 4 damage with this 4 attack there. So we actually prevented that with our defense. If it was our tough, we don't prevent damage. We prevent the damage taken. So we can play a blind side here. After Daredevil defends, deal 1 damage to attack an enemy up to a max of 5 for each damage prevented by defense. We prevented 4 damage, so we're gonna do 4 damage on Iron Man. First damage of the game brings him down to 12 life here, and then we keep the tough because the tough has the defense that has priority over losing tough if we exhaust to defend. So we actually keep the tough there, and this is gonna resolve. He does not have piercing for the attack. Then we can also exhaust Unflappable because we defended and didn't take damage to draw another card as well. So a lot of cool stuff going on there. And we got Jocasta. Alright, so it's back over to our turn. I want to play Spider-Man, but I think I do have to actually play Spider-Man. I like the Sonar Sense here a lot. We have to use Jocasta. We use the Ready for a Fight and use the double here to play Spider-Man because the native plays Sonar Sense and they're hard to ignore. Gotta take out Venom. We stay confused because Electric gets extra Thor while we're confused for now. And with the Sonar Sense in play, we can really pop off. Okay, so let's use a mental, physical, and energy here so we can play Peter Parker Spider-Man. The requirement to play him is 1 of each resource type, which we just did. So now we can play him here. Then let's exhaust a Helicarrier to reduce the cost of initial play by 1, so we can play Hard to Ignore here for free. 1 cost upgrade after hero defense gets attacked and take no damage. We exhaust his card, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. So let's get that in play. Alright, I think we have basically recovered here. And we should be doing a lot better moving forward. Okay, so Spider-Man's going to swing for 2 on Venom. Then he'll take a consequential damage. Then Elektra's going to swing for 2. She'll take Venom out, and then she'll take a consequential damage. Then we're going to play Sonar Sensor for free. It's a 0 cost upgrade. We get +2 defense. After defending against attack, we discard it to draw a card. Alright, and that's going to end our turn. Let's write it back up. And then we're going to draw back up to hand sets here of 5. Yeah. Oh, we got Desperate Defense here. Alright, and a Blind Justice. Okay, Iron Man's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main. Goes up to 4 threat. He's going to attack us. We do have Radar Sense, but we can just, let's just, actually, we're Desperate Defense. So let's exhaust to defend. Then we're going to go ahead and use a resource here to play Desperate Defense. So when your hero defends against attack, we get +2 for the defense. If you take no damage, we can write up your hero. So we're defending for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. And then we can Radar Sense. So let's look at the boost, and you may discard, but you don't have to. So let's keep the boost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. We defend for 8, so we take no damage. It says here, after you defend against attack, force response, discard this and draw a card. Then non-force response is Inflammable. Oh, wait. I don't want to deck out here. Do I? Actually, it's fine. But first, we can also trigger the desperate defense, because we defended, took no damage, so we can ready back up. And we keep the tough still. We can also hard to ignore to remove that from the main scheme because we defended, took no damage. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and just Inflammable here, draw the card. We deck out, get dealt face down encounter card. We're decking out. We can take this turn as a double encounter card turn because I'm readied up and I have the tough going on. So we can take 2 more attacks, even if we get that. Actually, the problem is here. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, because if we get a scheme, we could lose, huh? If he schemes with a boost of 3. Oh, snap. Actually, I don't know. That's kind of bad. Yeah, we'll see what happens here, guys. All right, so let's shuffle this up, and hopefully he doesn't get an advance. I think we've seen one of the advances, but if he gets another one, it could be brutal. I mean, we don't mind getting attacks here now because we have perfect defense set up. But yeah, all right. In counter facing the deals in counter card, we have total 2. First one is a side scheme, hinder 1+3, 4 threat. When it's defeated, we shuffle each Avenger minion and then discard pile back into the counter deck. With the crisis, we can't remove threat from the main while that's in play. And then last encounter card is Mighty Avengers. Resolve the one of of each minion. If no ability was resolved, it surges. So let's get another encounter card here. First Mighty's Heroes. Hinder 1+3. Each Avenger minion against a printed keyword of each other Avenger minion. Okay, this will come with 4 threat. Let's put it over here. A bunch of side schemes coming out right here. All right. All right, and it's back over to our turn. Okay. Let's see here. I want to play the Billy Club because that's our like resource card. This card. Oh, I don't need that because I have the Night Nurse still. All right, let me plan this out. Electra right now has +1 Thwart because we're confused, so we can have her Thwart for 2. I can't Foggy because I can't flip down right now. I do want to Man Without Fear, but it's probably not the play. Yeah, let's have Electra first. Thwart for 2 from here. Drop it down to 2 threat. Should take a constant damage and then get knocked out. Then we're going to use the. Actually, do I use the Night Nurse? If I Indomitable Will, I don't have a Mento to discard anyways, though. So this card I can ready him, but if I use a Mento, I can discard Confuse. I don't have that. So let's go and just use a Night Nurse, Exhaust, remove a counter. We're at the Mac for the Night Nurse to heal Daredevil. So whenever we do that, we can heal damage. Also discard a status card from him. We have a Tough and a Confuse. Let's get rid of the Confuse there. All right, next, let's Thor for 2, clear off the Crisis. And then whenever this is defeated, shuffle each Avenger and minion in the encounter discard pile back into the counter deck. There is one Avenger, I think, Wasp, and US Agent's Avenger as well. So we shuffle these 2 back into the counter deck there. So that's fine. I really need to get a ready for a fight and practice plan back so I can start flipping down again. All right, so that is cleared off. It's over. All right, and then let's see here. I could still Indomitable Will. I have 2 Indomitable Wills in my hand actually, so I could ready up twice. If I don't need the Sonar Sense here. Yeah, let's use 2 resources here, so I can play my other resource generator or my main one because Helicarrier is not the main one to play Billy Club. 2 cost upgrade is restricted. We can exhaust to generate a physical resource as a hero action. When we exhaust this card, return to hand to stun a minion engage with us. So pretty thematic there, Billy Club. All right, and then let's go ahead and Billy Club here to play Indomitable Will. Right up Daredevil, use a mental. We can discard Confuse Status. We didn't use it anyways. Let's get the ready. And then we are going to have Spider-Man Thor for 2 from here. He'll take a constant damage. We'll Thor again for 2, clear it off. Then we'll exhaust Helicarrier to reduce the cost. And I shall play by 1 to play another Indomitable Will. Ready up again. And then let's just Thor for 2 for the main. Clear all that off there. All right. That's going to enter turns right back up. So we don't want to chump block here with allies or else that main scheme's going to go off on us. So as long as we can just take these attacks, which we can so far, even with the 4 base attack right now with Iron Man thanks to those upgrades. Drawn back up to 5. Ooh, we got blindside to do some damage here again. But can I block out the full attack? I mean, I have the tough, so never mind. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, Iron Man, so he's going to add 1 to the main. He's going to attack us. This will be the boost that he's dealt. We're going to radar set so we can peek at it before and then choose what we want to do. Peek, the boost is the immediately attacks your leader after activation. Do not give it a boost. Okay, so the boost effect is basically nothing. So we'll keep the boost. And then we're going to exhaust to defend because we can choose to do that. When enemy initiates attack, look at the first boost. And then you made his card and give it a new boost. We're not going to do that. So then we can just defend now. Now that we know it's coming. Review the boost. It does nothing because we don't have a leader. So the enemy leader doesn't attack or do anything else after this. So 0 boost. He's doing 4 damage. We defend for 1, 2, 3, 4. Take no damage. So we still keep that tough. Then we can play a blind sight here again, doing a lot of damage with the blind sight. Response attack after we defend, do 1 damage to attack enemy to a max of 5 for each damage prevented. So 4 damage on Iron Man again. That's the only damage that we've done to him this whole game. Bring him down to 8 from 12. Then we can hard to ignore. After you defend, take no damage, remove that from the main. Unflappable, defend, take no damage, draw a card. And then we get that one face on iconic card here, which is caught off guard. This card upgrade or support you control. Oh man, I like everything. We need all this stuff. Do I toss Foggy? Or do I toss Hidden Base? I think we do Hidden Base actually, because we're not even needing it anymore. Yeah, let's get rid of the Hidden Base here. All right, that's gonna resolve the caught off guard. All right, back over to our turn. There's no defense events for Jocasta here, unfortunately, because these aren't defense events. These are upgrades. Our sonar sense. Um, Do I still play her? I wish I had it ready for a fight so I could flip down. Let's go ahead and use Helicarrier to reduce the cost and swap it by one, so I can play a practice, or sorry, so I can play hard to ignore. So now we have 2 copies of these guys down. Do I Jocasta here, guys? We can play a free-to-play practice plane because it's 0 cost. And then let's move everything a little bit over. Some space here. Practice plane, after we trigger the ability of a prep, we can discard the practice plan to return that prep to our hand. And then I think we just Jocasta here. Yeah, ability club is going to be 1 resource. This will be 2 more for a total of 3. And we can play Jocasta. So 3 cost ally. She has a response when she enters play. Look at your discard pile for a defense event attached to her. We don't have that anyway, so let's just get her in play. And we're going to keep up the allies here, actually. So that's just getting our turn. Let's right back up. And not the best turn there. We kind of needed something else in our hand. Let's draw back up to 5. Let's see what we can get. That's for defense here would still be good, I think. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. And we got blind justice, so maybe I'll flip down next turn to get the extra hand size. Iron Man's turn is going to add 1 to the main. He's going to attack us. This would be the boost. We're going to peek at the boost with Radar Sense. So give the enemy a tough status card. Do I want to give him a tough? Now we're going to discard it. So we're going to pick the one to discard and give the villain a new boost card. So we can't look at this new boost, but we don't want to give him a tough there. All right, then we're going to exhaust to defend. Use a resource of the Billy Club to play Desperate Defense. So we defend, take no damage, we can ready back up, and we get +2. So we're defending for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's the boost. 2. So he's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. So we keep the tough still. Pretty crazy. Right with Desperate Defense. Then we unflappable to draw a card, and we can double hard to ignore. Takes 2/3 off the main, clears it off. All right, then we get a face down encounter card here, which is shoot Helicarrier. When it's defeated, we deal 1 damage to each character they control, and each minion engage with them. Hinder 1 + 3, so 4 threat. Okay, so we're gonna just use the allies activate there, because they're about to get knocked out, right? Jocasta can stay in though if we actually. Let me think here. We have blind just, so I can flip down. Let's Helicarrier to reduce the cost and the shell by 1, so I can get the hard to ignore down. So now we have all 3 hard to ignores. So we're basically just fully built out here. And then let's do Spider-Man with door 2 from here. He'll take constant damage, get knocked out. I do want to get rid of that hazard icon. Let me see. Do 1 damage to each character you control. Oh, so Daredevil's going to lose a tough finally. Right? I mean, we don't really need the tough, so I guess it's fine. Yeah, let's do Jocasta Thorts 2. Clears it off. She'll take damage from there because we do damage to each other control. Daredevil loses tough, and then Jocasta takes the damage. Then she'll take 2 constant damage. She gets knocked out with a 3 life. So maybe not the best use of her there, but we cleared off the side scheme. We're going to flip down to Arc Eagle because we got a Blind Justice. Let's exhaust heal by 3. Go from 9 back up to 12. Then let's go ahead and play Sonar Sense. 0 cost upgrade. We get +2 defense, 4 spawns after you defend. We have to get rid of it, but we're just going to keep it there. And let's hold on to a Blind Justice. Let's hold on. Do I need both doubles here? Well, we get Iron Fist. I want to keep a double. Yeah, let's hold on to all of that. Okay, let's ready back up. All right, I think this would be a good turn. Drawing back up to 6 here with the extra hand size. Oh, nice. We got Iron Fist. Okay, that's perfect. All right, and we got another 2 cost card, which is good here as well with our economy. All right, so Iron Man, so he's going to add 1 to the main. He's going to activate a scheme, and we're going to trigger light detection so we can draw a card. He schemed with a base of 3. We are going to Blind Justice it, but let's take the scheme. So 3 + 2. So Iron Man schemes for 5 right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't use the ability code because it's a hero resource only. So let's use, how do I play Blind Justice? I think we use Desperate Defense. Yeah, this would be a resource here, so I can play the Blind Justice. When enemy would place any amount of threat on a scheme with the scheme, we prevent 5 of it. So we prevent 1, 2, 3, all 5 of his scheme there. So he adds no threat to the main. Okay, that's fine. Then we get dealt with phase on counter card, which is an assault. It's going to surge. We're in Alter Ego. Surges into Repulsor Blast. In Alter Ego, we discard an upgrade or support control. We're going to discard the practice plan support, or upgrade, I mean. So that's gone. Backwards to our turn. Everything else here sticks. Okay, so 4 resources here. We're going to play Thematic ally, Iron Fist here. 4-cost ally comes into play with 2 Mystic counters. And then whenever he attacks enemy, we can remove a counter to stun the enemy and do a damage to it. So that's going to be pretty useful. I don't think we use it yet though. And then let's go ahead and flip up to Hero Form. We're going to Helicare, reduce the cost of initial by 1. So this is now 1 cost. And this would be 1 resource to play the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. 2 cost upgrade. Hero response after we thwart as Daredevil, we do 1 damage to enemy. So very thematic there. Let's get down our title card. All right. No, I can just swing. So let's go ahead and just swing for 2 on Iron Man. Brings it from 8 down to 6. And I think that's it. Yeah, we want a blindside here, which would do how much damage? If we block out. Oh no, we can push him in the villain phase. Yeah, so never mind. Iron Fist is going to swing for 2. Bring Iron Man from 6 down to 4. We're not going to trigger the interrupt here because it's not forced, so don't have to do it. Iron Fist takes a constant damage, so it's going to keep all of his fist there. All right, and that's going to turn us right back up. All right. And then we are drawing back up to 5. Hold on to Blindside. Blindside's like my favorite card for this type of game with the perfect defense engine in protection. We have like 3 ready for fights in the deck, so we're going to be drawing a lot. Iron Man Stern is going to add 1 to the main. That's a 2 threat. He's going to attack us. This would be the boost. Do I even... I mean, yeah, let's radar senses. Let's take a peek with our radar sense. It's a boost of 2, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have a Desperate Defense. Yeah, might as well Desperate Defense so I can ready back up. So yeah, let's exhaust to defend the tower and keep the boost. We'll Ability Club to play Desperate Defense, so we get +2 for our defense and we take no damage ready up. So we're defending for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's the boost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We take no damage. So a couple of things will happen here. Okay, wait, what's going to happen first? So we can ready up with Desperate Defense now. Then we can also force response after you defend against attack, discard Sonar Sense, and draw a card. Drew another Blindside. Oh, I can't do both right now. Like I could, but I mean like we can't do that anymore with the. Or we can play 1, yeah, and then we can push him. But there's no point playing another one. Then we can also double Hard to Ignore. Takes 2 threat off the main. We can Unflappable to draw a card, and then we can play Blindside here. So after Daredevil defense, which is right now, do 1 damage attacking enemy up to a max of 5 for each damage prevented by defense. You dealt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We actually prevented 8, but we only prevent 6, and the cap is 5 anyway. So 5 damage hitting Iron Man here. And that's untacked. I'll bring him 4 down 0 and flip him over to his 3rd and final stage. All right, so let's put it over there. He's steady now. He has 20 life. If we bring him down, we win. He gets +1 a scheme for each tech attachment, the same thing as before. And when reviewed, deal each player an encounter card. And Iron Man cannot take damage this phase. So for the remainder of this phase, this villain phase, he can't take damage. So I won't be able to use a Blindside here, even if I have a chance to. Okay, then he is going to deal as an encounter card during the encounter step. We have 2 encounter cards. First one is a life model decoy here. So the enemy team attached to the minion or leader would give it to Iron Man. He has Stalwart. Whenever he would take an enemy damage from attack, prevent the damage in his card instead. That's unfortunate. And then we have 1 more encounter card to go, which is, oh man, so much defense protection here. When he would take enemy damage from an attack, place it here instead. It withers 5 more damage than with his card. This is from any amount of damage. This is from damage only from attack. Okay, which one has priority? They're both force interrupts. When attached carrier would take any amount of damage from an attack, when Iron Man would take any amount of damage, placed it here instead. So since they're both force in the same time window, I think we can choose. So we'll probably just get rid of that first and then mark our armor. Okay, it's back over to our turn here. Yeah, we're not doing much. Let's start with that. So let's just go ahead and swing for 2 on Iron Man. He would take damage from the life model decoy, so we can discard instead, and then he takes no damage. Okay. Here's a scheme of like 4 now, with all 3 ready for a fight. So let's use a ready for a fight as a physical resource to play another ready for a fight. And then I think we just because this pops the armor. So there's no point having Iron Fist do anything right now. Yeah, it's gonna end our turn. What do we got going on here? Are we gonna deck out? If I am inflammable, we do. So if I draw two, I draw one more. Yeah, so let's just not deck out yet. I think I have a Man Without Fear coming up soon. That's gonna end our turn. Let's just write it back up here. Alright. We're gonna draw back up to 5, holding on to these cards. And then Iron Man's turn. He's gonna add 1 to the main. We haven't blocked the ally, which is pretty neat. His attack is now with the base of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a more attack here. And he'll get his boost card. Let's radar sense it. So place with it on the main, no boost icon, so just 5 damage. We're defending for 1, 2, 3, 4. We're short to defend all of it though. I mean, we still want a blind sight. I think I was expecting to draw more defense, but like I should have realized that I couldn't do that. Yeah, we still do it though. Let's go ahead and defend for 4. Here's a boost, place a threat on the main. It goes up to 2. He's gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage now. Yeah, he's more damage. So we defended for 4, so we take 1. Won't be able to trigger perfect defense here, but we can still play blind sight. We defended, so we do 1 damage to enemy for each damage prevented, which is 4. So 4 damage. It'll go on the Mark 5 armor instead of on Iron Man, because this will prevent the damage that he takes. Oh, that's not damage, that's threat. Alright. And then we get 1 face down encounter card. Dangerous recruits hinder 1+3, so 4 threat. When a minion is defeated, give it to enemy leader as a face down boost. When a minion is defeated. Oh, okay, that's fine. We have no minions here. Just acceleration. I think we just leave it here. I want to go for the kill. Okay, so backwards to our turn. Oh, we can't go for the kill here. Do I flip down? I kind of want to just flip actually. We need like more hand size too. Yeah, I think we just flip here, guys. Okay, let's play practice plan. It's free to play. Might as well. We need readies again. Let's use Helicarrier to reduce the cost of Sinclair by 1. Blade Club is going to be resource, so we can play Dark Sinclair. As an alternate action, we need Exhauster, spend a mental to heal damage from your identity equal to the recovery stat. Iron Fist is going to swing. He's going to trigger his interrupt here. Whenever he attacks, remove a mystic counter from him, stun the enemy, and deal damage to it. So we're going to stun Iron Man, and then we do 1 damage to him. So when he would take an amount of damage, even non-attack damage, we place here instead. So there's going to be 5 damage here. Then we can immediately discard this, and then Iron Fist's attack of 2 will actually go through and fully hit Iron Man for 2. Bring him down 18. He is steady, so it's not fully stunned yet. And Iron Fist takes a constant damage. So Iron Fist here coming in clutch with that attack. And then I think we're just going to end our turn flipping down. Yeah, let's flip down to Alter Ego. We need a flip, I think, to do things. And then let's Foggy Nelson here to remove 1 threat from a scheme. It's not going to be the last threat, but that's okay. All right, and then we're going to ready back up. We can't Sinclair because we have no mentals with her. And then let's discard the ready for fight. I don't think we need that. We draw back up to 6. There's a Man Without Fear. We get dealt face on counter card for decking out. It's our big attack event. All right. And then I think we should be able to go for a push here with Luke Cage, all of the defenders lining up with the Night Nurse. And we have the ready for a fight, and we have the Blind Justice in our hand, which is what we're going to try to do to not lose the threat here. All right, let's draw back up to 6. Ooh, another. We got double Blind Justice. All right. All right. So it is Iron Man's turn. He's going to add 2 to main because of acceleration there. This goes in. Sorry, the allies. And there we go. We're ready. Okay, so it goes a 3 threat. He is going to scheme. We're going to trigger lie detection. When the villain initiates a scheme, we can draw a card. So let's draw a card here. Then we're going to go ahead. We have Desperate Defense. So let's actually trigger Ready for a Fight instead of the Blind Justice. Yeah, so... Oh, no. We're going to do Blind Justice. Because Blind Justice is Alter Interrupt. If he gets another scheme activation, I want to be able to Ready for a Fight that one. Yeah, so we're going to Blind Justice this first one. Okay, so how do we do that? We're going to use a Blind Justice to play a Blind Justice. So Alter Interrupt, when enemy would place any amount of threat on a scheme, prevent 5 with that threat. Here's a boost. He scheme with a base of 1, 2, 3 with his ability. Here's a boost. Deal 1 damage to your identity. So we take a damage, but 0 boost icons. So he's just scheming for 3. We prevent all of it with our Blind Justice. Okay, then he's going to deal us an encounter card. So I wanted to scheme again so I can ready for a fight this. First one is an Assault. Alter Ego is going to gain Surge. An Advance, perfect. Okay, so then the villain schemes here. So we're going to discard ready for fight. Trigger the ability when enemy with scheme discards card, change hero form, the enemy attacks you instead. So we flip up here to hero form, and Iron Man is going to attack us here instead of scheme with advance. He's attacking with a base of 5. This would be the boost. We're going to peek at it with radar sense before we choose to defend, which we will anyways. The boost here is you are stunned. That's fine with the Night Nurse. So we'll take that boost. We're going to exhaust defend for 1, 2, 3. Then use ability code generate resource, so we can play just for defense. Or we're defending for 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this gives us plus 2 more, so we're defending now for 6 with just for defense. So the boost here is you are stunned, and the Iron Man's only going to do 5 damage. We defend for 6, so we take no damage from the attack. So if that happens, we can ready up with just for defense. We can also Unflappable to draw a card. Ooh, we can play this here, and we can triple Hard to Ignore, which takes 3 throughout the main scheme because we defend and took no damage. Then we also play Blindside because it's the perfect time window. After we defend, we can do 1 damage attacking up to a max of 5 for each damage prevented. And this isn't attack because it has the attack word there, and we are stunned, so it just removes our stun actually. I think I don't play it then. Never mind. Sorry, we're not gonna play. We're just keeping it in our hand. Yeah. All right. So we have one more encounter card to go here, which is Bullseye. Oh, we got Bullseye. Awesome. When view the enemy team discards attachment from your leader. Otherwise, discard and upgrade your control. So we can pick. It's not gonna Grim Rule. And upgrade. Practice plan goes. All right. And then back over to our turn. Let's Night Nurse here. Exhaust from a counter. Discard a status card. Get rid of the stun, and we heal damage. Go up to 11 life. Iron Fist could fully stun Iron Man here. But I don't think we need to do that. Let's go ahead and I do want to play Luke Cage, but I want to Man Without Fear. Man, I want to do both. I think we Man Without Fear here, guys. I want to put some damage on, so no Luke Cage. Okay, let's Helicare. It's going to reduce the cost of next color we play by 1. And this would be 2 resources, so I can play a Man Without Fear. Here, Ash attack, do 6 damage to enemy. We're going to hit Iron Man for 6, because he does not have guard. And then discard top card, then counter attack, do 100 damage for each boost icon, which is 1. So you can do 7 damage here to Iron Man. Brings from 18 all the way down to 11. We're going to exhaust, swing for 2 on Iron Man. Brings it from 11 down to 9. And we won't be able to actually, oh, this is a max of 5. Yeah, even if Danny ran attacks, we won't be able to kill him. So I think we just play Sonar Sense. Let's get this in play. We get +2 defense. And we're going to end our turn here. Yeah, it's right back up. If I can draw one more Blind Sight, though, we'll get the kill. Double Blind Sight? That would be so cool. We'll draw back up to 5 here. Come on, Blind Sight, Blind Sight, Blind Sight. No, we didn't get it. Okay, we may get it with Unflappable. Iron Man's turn is going to add 2 to man with the acceleration. So 2 threat here, we lose a 9, and a 4 here with acceleration. And when a minion is defeated, we give it to the enemy later as a boost. We're not going to defeat Bullseye here. Our Iron Man is going to attack us. We're going to radar sense to peek at this boost before decide what we do. Boost is 1. So yeah, we just keep the boost. We're going to exhaust to defend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then let's desperate defense it. So we're going to use a resource Billy Club and resource here. So we get +2 more. So we're defending for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's his boost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We take no damage from the attack. So we can ready up. Force response, we have this card Sonar Sense and then draw a card. And then we can also double Hard to Ignore to clear off the main. And we can also Unflappable to draw a card. Come on, I wanted the other Blind Sight, but we can play 1 Blind Sight here. So after we defend, do 1 damage attacking to a max of 5. We prevented 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, but the max is 5 here. So we do 5 damage to Iron Man. Brings him from 9 down to 4. And then that's going to resolve the defense. Okay. Then Bullseye's going to hit us for 2. We'll just take it. We chop from 11 down to 9. Can't do anything about Bullseye throwing knives at us. Then we get dealt 1 face down counter card, which is Mark 5 helmet. Attach to Iron Man, give him a tough stats card. Oh, and he loses Stalwart. Dang it. So tough here, and he's going to lose, or he's gained Stalwart, so he's going to lose a stun. All right. And then he is fully built out here with, or not fully built out, but he has 3 tech attachments. So he has a scheme stat of 4 now. But it's okay, because we have Iron Fist here. Danny ran to help us knock off that tough. Okay, so we're going to use Danny Rand to attack for 2 on Iron Man, trigger his interrupt. When he attacks, discard the last mystic counter, do 1 damage and stun him. So the 1 damage knocks off the tough. He can't be stunned because he's stalwart, but we got rid of the tough. Then the attack of 2 will go through. Brings Iron Man from 4 down to 2. Danny Rand takes a consequent damage. Iron Fist is knocked out. Then Daredevil here can just exhaust, swing for 2, and that'll bring Iron Man down to 0. And we also can do a resource here to play Indomitable Will, ready up Daredevil, and we can swing for another 2 we wanted to. We can also, well, no wait, the Billy Clubs are exhausted, so I can't throw them at Bullseye. Maybe I should have kept that in play, but that would have been fun. So yeah, all right, that was a fun thematic game here of Daredevil versus Iron Man. Huge shout out to Scott Gwine for the idea. I think that this was pretty fun to do. And yeah, I'll see if the official Daredevil stacks up to this custom Daredevil, because this custom Daredevil is so cool and has so many cool aspect hooks in protection and injustice. So yeah, we'll see if I play him more whenever the official one comes out. I hope you guys enjoy this gameplay. I'll see you guys all in the next one.